Hello, I'm Paul Jess, Executive Director of the Florida Justice Association. The 2018 Florida Legislative Session ended sine die yesterday afternoon, Sunday, March 11th, 2018. This year's session was even more tumultuous than usual and proved once again why all of us who seek justice need to be personally involved in local and state politics. The session started with scandals, and legislators who we all assumed would be in powerful positions suddenly resigned. Near the end of the session, the terrible tragedy of the Parkland massacre threw the session into chaos as new gun control bills were filed, while gun control advocates and National Rifle Association zealots rallied and protested. Our Florida Justice Association team was disappointed that the Florida Senate did not join the Florida House in passing responsibility-based auto insurance reform to require auto liability insurance. The Senate defenders of the current system sided with protecting the status quo that allows insurance companies to continue to raise rates on a product that is worth less and less every year. With 48 states requiring that drivers carry bodily injury liability coverage, we believe it's only a matter of time before Florida abandons the current out-of-date system. The Senate also dashed the hopes of human trafficking survivors who wanted to bring accountability to hotels and motels that willfully ignore that crime. The move to protect the hospitality industry over human trafficking survivors came despite evidence presented to the Senate of how Florida's hotels and motels are a prime location for human trafficking in this state. These two issues, mandatory BI and anti-human trafficking, may be dead for 2018, but the fight will continue. Legislative leaders who support both these issues will return to Tallahassee next year if we do our work in this election cycle. In the final analysis, however, the 2018 session was a successful one, because no major anti-justice or anti-consumer legislation passed. For example, a draconian insurance industry-inspired workers' compensation bill that passed the House was killed in the Senate. Likewise, a nonsensical bill regarding the assignment of benefits issue passed the House but was killed in the Senate. Although a reasonable Senate bill to address some of the AOB issues got some traction, apparently the insurance corporations are more interested in complaining about AOBs instead of solving the problem, and the bill died. We expect both workers' compensation and assignment of benefit issues to return next year in 2019. Our lobby team raised enough significant concerns about a bad mediation bill that a House committee postponed considering it and killed it for the session. In the Senate, the Banking and Insurance Committee killed legislation to allow an insurer to exclude a driver from being covered under the household's auto insurance policy. Another bad bill that would further allow the deployment of driverless cars without financial responsibility requirements was also killed. We were also successful in convincing a senator to not amend a bad attorney fee provision onto a large omnibus insurance bill. While the lawmakers were in Tallahassee, the Constitutional Revision Commission also held meetings to decide which issues it will put on this November's ballot. We were successful in defeating a proposal to gut the patient's right to know about adverse medical incidents. This constitutional provision that most of us still call Amendment 7. We are also working currently to support a proposal to create a Bill of Rights for long-term care residents in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. We want to thank all of you FJA members who came to Tallahassee to help our lobby team this session, and all of you who turned out at the public hearings of the Constitutional Revision Commission. You came from across the state, and that makes a real difference when lawmakers see familiar faces and know people are paying attention back home. When you see him, please thank FJA President Dale Swope. Dale worked tirelessly this session to accomplish your goals. Dale was in Tallahassee every week of session working the issues. Please also thank the other FJA officers and executive committee members who spent so much time and effort here in Tallahassee and on constant email threads and conference calls. Yesterday marked the end of one battle, but today marks the beginning of a new battle. As I said earlier, each of us needs to be personally involved in politics, especially now, especially this election cycle. This August and November, we will be selecting the next governor, who will appoint at least 3 new Florida Supreme Court justices, as well as many other judges. There will be many open and contested seats in the Florida legislature. Florida Democrats believe a Democratic wave is coming. We must elect friends of justice from both political parties to the Florida legislature in 2018 if we want to continue the offensive for justice. Thank you for your support and for being a member of the Florida Justice Association.